This is boring as hell, but it is going to get you a shit ton of clients. So, what we're talking about in this video is how to do personalized outreach. So, this is going to allow you to sign absolute dream clients. It's going to help you stop worrying about pipeline, because I can tell you for free, if you do this, you will not have a problem with pipeline. Like when you have problems with getting deals through the door, I know immediately that you are not doing this. But if you are doing this over time, if you can do this for like 3 to 6 months, you end up with enough deals and you don't have to worry anymore. And then also, it's going to allow you to start deals with the right frame. So I know a lot of you send automated Twitter DMs, you go and spam people 100 times in a row, and you'll kind of be going about the outreach process in completely the wrong way. And that leads you to pissing people off, ruining your reputation, and basically just not being able to get any deals done so badly that eventually you think this kind of strategy doesn't work and you kind of lose out on actually getting deals. So what I wanted to do in this video is give you the simplest and best way to get started with it. And like I said, if you do this for an hour a day for 6 months, you're going to make more than your wildest dreams. Like, this is just the best strategy to get clients. If I was starting back from scratch today, this is exactly what I would be doing. So for context, like I said, some of your best clients will come from personalized outreach. If you guys have ever heard of the software Clay, helps you send personalized emails. I actually helped a client close them using personalized prospecting. One of my reps actually closed these guys on a deal. And again, like a ton of my clients use this strategy, just some logos here. Like, this strategy is something that will get you your dream clients, which is really the goal of doing anything personalized, because, obviously you can automate it if you were going to do something like kind of a more blasting strategy, but doing it personalized, you get really good relationships and you're able to break into bigger companies and actually access leads that would never respond to an automated cold email, because that's just not who they are. It's just not something that they would do. But if you send them the right personalized message, you can really pique their interest quite well. So what does it cost? It costs you 60 minutes per day of focus, and it's really boring. So it's probably some of the most excruciating work that you can do. And what is the return? You'll get your best clients, you'll get relationships in the industry, and you'll get a skill set that helps you get paid no matter what happens. Like, I can't recommend this enough, because I know a lot of people say just do this, just do 100 outreach a day. Even if you do 5 or 10 a day, like my girlfriend started doing outreach 10 per day with a cold personalized outreach, and would literally get on, like, she started complaining that she had too many sales calls while she was at uni. So if she can do it, if all my clients can do it, so can you. So who should use it? Literally everyone should use this. Like coaching agency, SaaS, private equity, it literally does not matter. Spending 60 minutes a day talking to new prospects and following up with your pipeline is just a necessary function. Some people might say, it's low leverage, but it's only really low leverage if you're talking to the wrong people. Because, let's say maybe you're a really big CEO, you could spend that time prospecting for high-level partnerships that could unlock millions in revenue. It might just not be, you're prospecting to a local med spa or something. But nonetheless, this is something that will help your business a ton no matter what. So if you're constantly worried about pipeline, it's a really good way to fix it. And then why should you use it? A really big problem that people have is that no one knows they exist. And if no one knows you exist, how are you going to make money? You probably won't. Something I challenge a lot of agency owners on, specifically because it's quite a competitive market, is if you ask one of your clients, how many people do you know who can deliver the same service as us that are really trustworthy, that you like working with? 9 times out of 10, they would list 2, maybe 3, and probably not even that many. Even Klaviyo email marketing is known as one of the most competitive services. Ask the e-com brands, do you know someone who's really good at email marketing? And not everyone is going to have a laundry list of names. They might have 2 or 3. They might have 1 that they've worked with that was half good. So when you're going around saying, oh, my service is so saturated, that's just untrue, number one. It's just that nobody knows you. Because if you had relationships with 5,000 people in your industry and they liked you and they trusted you and they understood the service you deliver, they would probably buy your shit pretty frequently. So as such, we are going to aim to solve this problem by just telling them who we are, telling them why they should trust us, and just selling them on that. It's really not that hard. So step 0, set up. Get a Google Sheet like this. Add 60 minutes per day to your personal calendar so you don't forget to do it. actually do the prospecting, this is literally an impossible challenge. Like fucking Mission Impossible is actually completing 1 hour of prospecting for more than 1 day in a row. Like if you can show me proof that you do this for 6 months, 6 months for an hour a day, and you can show me proof, I'll give you a bonus. I don't know what that bonus is going to be, but if you're actually going to do this, bookmark this video and you can DM me and send me the proof. I will actually give you a fucking medal because you will make so much money. It's not even funny. Rhyming accidentally. Back in my Chris Move days. But anyway, so allocate the time for that list building, for that outreach, for the follow-ups and adding notes to the CRM. 60 minutes per day during, like prime time or just after you finish your deep work, on the back end of your deep work. And then add 15 to 30 minutes to your end of day to add some notes into the CRM and make sure it's all updated. That'll do really well for you. Then what you want to do is, so you just take a screenshot of this spreadsheet right here and just copy it. Or just join 1,000x leads if you want the whole thing. I'll just send it to you, but that's fine. But either way, so step one, build a list. High value prospects only. Key thing here is we don't want to be reaching out and spending time working account-based marketing, which is what personalized prospecting is, with essentially what are shit deals. So when you're building your list, pick your dream clients that are actually viable. So you don't want to go, if you're a YouTube guy, start talking about Mr. Beast. Maybe just go somewhere that's in that middle range that you would love to work with them, but they're still probably a little bit higher than what you're currently getting from your automated stuff. And then go into Apollo, put your filters in. This is not news. Just do it in Apollo. Like I know some people will be better off either using Instagram to find their ideal prospects or using YouTube to find their ideal prospects and just searching in keywords. That's a really good one too. If you want to go more personalized, you can just search in keywords. If you sell to info products or something like that, that'll be good. If you sell to softwares, you can use LinkedIn Sales Navigator as well. That'll do pretty well for you. But either way, if you want to just skip the BS and just get to it straight away, I would recommend that, and you can kind of figure out the other stuff later. Just go into Apollo and just pick filters and just scrape a list. Like if the list is going to be a bottleneck for you, just scrape a list and just start working down the names. You can literally just get thousands of prospects and you'll never have to worry about it again. Because like I said, it's pretty rare that you're going to work through thousands and thousands of prospects. Just do it the exact same way you do it with cold email. And that is go into Apollo, input filters. So 3 to 10 employees, 3 to 20, currently using, a technology that we use or that, our clients target, located in the US or Canada. This is for e-commerce, but, if you're targeting like, I don't know who people target these days, like softwares or whatever it may be, you can either use the technologies or you can use the keywords. And a good way to target the keywords is to find one of your ideal prospects and then go on Apollo and click on that prospect and find the keywords that the ideal prospect has, and then copy those keywords into the search bar on like the home page. That is going to allow you to basically just reverse engineer the right keywords to find your ideal prospects and get a list that is of worthy size. So hopefully that helps with your targeting. If you're not in the US, so obviously don't do US or Canada. If you're like me in Australia, like that's just going to be a waste of time because a lot of times I'll be emailing during my day and I'd rather just email my home country. Like emailing an Australian to an Australian, especially if you're doing personalized videos or personalized stuff, will work a lot better. However, if you're not in a first world country, like, I know there's a lot of people from Europe where maybe they have a lot of access to American leads and, maybe British leads. They have a lot of access there. I wouldn't necessarily go for your country. I would go for a neighboring country that's in a similar time zone. Europe can go to US as well anyway, so I would just hit the US as well. And then what you want to do is, instead of scraping directly from Apollo, you can use exportapollo.com and scrape the same list for about 100th of the cost. I don't know if it's 100th, but it's like 98% cheaper or something. So just do that. There's a guide on that site for how to use it. And then next, create a personalized video. I think this is absolutely baller in terms of how well it works. And really all you need to do is use this framework. So number one, personalization. What personalization might be is screen sharing over their LinkedIn or screen sharing over their ads or screen sharing over, anything that's specific to them. Really, and I say this here, is the whole point here is just to show the kind of level of effort you're going to without going to too much effort. Like you don't want to go ahead and, read 10 essays. You want to do it really, really quickly. But if you can just go to someone's LinkedIn, find a post that they made 3 months ago, and then say, hey, I saw this post, and maybe you want to reach out. Really, really simple. Then you just need to kind of give a hook and show competence. What this means is usually something to the tune of like screen sharing a case study, screen sharing logos, screen sharing maybe something like you're screen sharing the inside of a client account. If you do cold email, if you do, even if you do like LinkedIn growth or Twitter growth or whatever, maybe just show a client account and just say, hey, we just got this result for this person. They're absolutely crushing with this. And I wanted to just show you exactly how we did it. And then make this like 1 to 2 minutes max, this video, because you want it to be really short, super punchy. And then basically, like I said, so you're doing the hook, showing competence, and you're showing them something beneficial and briefly explaining it. So you might say, hey, name, I just wanted to reach out because I saw this LinkedIn post you made about XYZ. Wanted to congratulate you on doing that, raising that funding round. Hope it went well or something like that, or great job. I'm sure you would have had to close something crazy. I wanted to just reach out really, really quickly because we recently helped someone pretty similar to you in a similar industry to get XYZ result. As you can see here, they're currently, getting thousands of comments on the LinkedIn, thousands of likes on the LinkedIn. And on the back end here, they're actually getting a ton of leads using this strategy where we post a lead magnet, we get in the DMs, and then they have a setter who goes in and reaches out to all those people. So you can see here, these guys have signed up like hundreds of users for $0 essentially, just using this strategy. So I wanted to show you this here, and just showing and briefly explaining. I wanted to show you this so I could either, maybe you have someone in your team that manages this, maybe it's you, but whoever's currently doing this for you, I wanted to just show you this. Obviously, this is something that, I do this, like I said, with my clients, but I wanted to reach out and see if this was relevant to you. And if not, we have a lot of free resources available, but would love to have a conversation about doing this for you as well. So boom, you're just saying, introduction, high competence, high kind of status, high authority. You're showing them something they probably don't know about. You're giving case studies. You're basically saying, hey, if this isn't for you, we have a bunch of free shit anyway. If this is for you, let's talk. So you're kind of giving them those options, which again, it really avoids ruining your reputation, and it comes off as you're an expert reaching out and not as, hey, please work with me, because that just sucks and no one resonates with that. So next, for the messaging, this is the actual text or the email that I'm actually sending them. I'll say something like, just making it abundantly clear that it's not AI or not automating. That's kind of the entire point. So things like making comments on specific posts they've made or strategies they're using, noting down any events they've posted about, like a capital raise, like a company event, wedding, birthday. I think Nick Abraham is a great agency guy. I had a client close him because they said, hey, I saw you went to the Kanye concert on the weekend. So one of my reps closed him on behalf of one of my clients once because they said, hey, I saw you at the Kanye concert on the weekend. How was that? And this was like last year when Kanye was in his real, a little bit less mentally insane than potentially what he is now. Love Kanye though. Don't worry about that. But yeah, so we closed a guy, Nick Abraham, who's actually, he's a good guy in the space, super smart guy, legend. And we closed him because my rep said, I saw you at the Kanye concert, and then entered into the conversation. So that's just obviously not AI. It's not possible to be done by AI. And like I've got here, you don't always need a video, but it's better if you do. If you've got the video here, just tease the video either way in the actual email and just say, hey, sent this over on another platform, as in, hey, sent this over on LinkedIn as well, but I figured I'd send it here too. Just recorded this quick video about, a specific thing. We've used it to get result. Hope this helps. So you'll notice no CTA there. You just want them to click the video to see what you're talking about. CTA in the video. Some people think you need a CTA. I'm a little bit on the fence. Like, I've seen it work with both. You might get higher total replies with a CTA, but at the same time, you might just still get the same amount as well. It's hard to gauge when you're doing this because tracking in terms of open rates and things like that, I don't have any tools to do that. Drop a comment if there is. I'm sure there is, but it's just not something I've done. I've always tracked it as, did we get an ROI on our time? Because we're just going to do it anyway in terms of the prospecting. But it's more like, do we have clients coming through prospecting type thing? So I'll usually just do that. And I'll go in between chucking a CTA in there. But really the main thing is just getting them to watch a video. If you don't have the video, just CTA towards the video. And when I say CTA towards the video, I just mean, hey, just recorded a quick video for you about a specific thing. We've used it to get result. Let me know if it's worth sending over or if this is just like a waste of time. That's completely fine. And you can say something like that. And I'll just see if I can get that a little bit better. So then Notice I mentioned sending it on multiple platforms. So yes, you do that. Email and LinkedIn, or email and whatever platform the prospect uses. I would always lean towards LinkedIn or Instagram, and double sending it makes it about 100 times more likely to get the reply. You don't want to pitch too hard. You just want to give them something valuable. Then the thing that happens is if they are in market, they will ask to be pitched. And if they're not in market, they'll just give you a conversation and you can stay in touch and maybe follow up with them in a few months. But nonetheless, they're going to know who you are, that you're going to end up being the really sharp guy or girl that reached out to them a few months ago about their LinkedIn, about their emails, about their, socials, whatever it may be. And they'll just give you a conversation, stay in touch. It's not that hard. Like, you don't want to be too attached to each video. You don't want to act like it's the be all and end all. You want to be really abundant and just say, hey, I literally just wanted to shoot this over to you. I know this can probably help you if you're looking to get X. If not, totally cool. Even if you don't want to work with someone like me, we've got free content available here too. So worst case scenario, they go and check out your free stuff. I had a lead just yesterday. I saw his ad and I messaged him because it completely sucked. And I said, hey, dude, check out this video or something. And then he called me because I ended up opting into his thing to check it. And he called me, and it was the founder because I had opted into his ad. I said, yeah, man, like, I'm just on the way to the gym right now, but I wanted to reach out because your ads were probably not that good, and I think we might be able to help you do that. But even then, if you're not in that position either, I can absolutely just send over some free case studies or some free breakdowns of how you can get this down. And then, again, that's just another relationship. It's another person who knows who you are, who knows what you can help with. So it's always beneficial, because even if those people give you a referral, whatever it may be, it's just putting your name out there. That's the problem you're solving constantly when you're trying to make more money. So on to the next one. In terms of follow-up, send a max of about 3 or 4 follow-ups on email. You can go and like their LinkedIn posts. You can send them more case studies. You can send maybe a maximum of 1 meme per prospect. I wouldn't spam memes. I would actually just be trying to give value. So don't spam with bullshit. Don't say, hey, just following up. Don't send question marks. Don't send, stupid shit like that. That's just going to annoy the prospect. Like, actually send, hey, here's a case study of someone in your niche who did this. Hey, here is something that's relevant to your company specifically because of this algorithm change. Here's something that you can use to go and do this. Because again, if we're trying to get people to know who we are, we need them to like us. It's not just like if they're going to pay us thousands of dollars or they're going to close for something, we're not going to close someone unless they like us. So if you're spamming them, just keep in mind that you need to actually build a relationship here to get the deal. So that's really important. And then the last thing here is, I think this is the last thing. Yeah, so the last thing here is you want to remember the Google Sheet. So what you want to do is update that as you go with the names, emails, and LinkedIn addresses of the people you're reaching out to and adding the date that you reached out. Then what you can do is you can set up a formula that adds 7 days to the date, so that 7 days from the day you reach out, you can follow up. And then each day you wake up and you click Command F to search for the current date, and you'll see who you need to follow up with. So you click Command F and you'll see a little bar comes up here to search a name, or not a name, search a specific word on the screen. It's like a glossary. So if I search for Command F, it's going to come up and highlight in the rows of the sheet who I need to follow up with on that day. So it makes it really easy. You need to think a little bit less. You don't need to buy a CRM. Specifically with this sort of thing, even if you do have a CRM, I think it's probably just as easy to use Google Sheets anyway. And then what you can do is you can add deal notes here as well, so you can follow up with relevant info and case studies, because as you go through these deals, or as you go through these kinds of prospecting arrangements, you'll get notes on people. Like, for example, John over there currently works with an agency. He's trying them out for the first month. They're getting shit results, and I should definitely reach back in a month just to check in on their results. So then a month comes around and you can say, hey, John, I know you were working with that agency. You weren't loving them. Did that turn around, or should we chat? And then all of a sudden you're in. And it's just a simple matter of adding those deal notes. Like I said, this can get you so many more deals. Like, people think it's a low leverage, but that 10-minute portion at the end of the day where you're adding deal notes could get you that deal that you wouldn't have closed otherwise. So it's like you're spending 10 minutes to re-engage a deal that could pay you thousands of dollars. That is probably not low leverage in my book. I don't know about you. If you're making more than $10,000 in 10 minutes, maybe you can give me some advice. But if not, then you should probably do that. Then if they don't reply after a few messages, just simply circle back in a few months and drop a note in there to follow up in 6 months, check in, ask them if they want to close it out. Shout out Devontae for that one. That's a banger. And then just laugh about how many clients you have once you do this for 6 months. And like I said, if you can stick to this, send me a DM on Instagram in 6 months from now, and I'll give you a medal.